Let's talk about equivalent fractions and decimals. We are going to write the fraction 8/10 in decimal form. We have 0 ones and 8/10. We write this as 0 decimal 8. Let's look at 4/10. 4/10 in decimal form is 0 decimal 4. We have 0 ones and 4/10. Let's look at a fraction with hundreds. This fraction says 8/100. We write this as 0 decimal 0.8 to show 8/100 in decimal form. Now let's write the decimal in fraction form. We say this decimal as 72/100. To write it as a fraction, we write 72 as our numerator and 100 as our denominator. This fraction and decimal are said as 72/100. Write the number in fraction form. Our decimal says 3/10. For this, 3 is our numerator and 10 is our denominator to show 3/10 in fraction form. Here's another example. This decimal is 70/100. This can be written as 70 over 100. Now we're going to write 50/100 as tenths in fraction form and decimal form. We know that 10 is a common factor of the numerator and the denominator in 50/100. So we're going to divide the numerator and denominator by 10. Let's try it. 50 divided by 10 equals 5. 100 divided by 10 equals 10. So 50/100 is equal to 5/10. Now to write that as a decimal, we write 0 decimal 5 or 5/10 in decimal form. Let's look at another one. We're going to write 2/10 as hundredths in fraction form and decimal form. We are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 10 to make the fraction 2/10 as hundredths. Let's try it. 2 times 10 equals 20. 10 times 10 equals 100. So 2/10 is equivalent to 20/100. We write this as a decimal, 0 decimal 2 0 to show 20/100. And that concludes our lesson on equivalent fractions and decimals.